Currently, Hazard has told him that he wants to stay. I don't believe that. He wasn't even watching the City game. He was screwing around with his daughter. Something like that. It's not screwing around. It's not weird.
What's up, guys? Transfer Streamers here, back with Back to Net, episode number 7. We're coming back at you on a Thursday this time to make up for no Back to Net last week.
Yep.
So today we're going to be talking about a lot of things, but let's start off with the question Frith TV left us. And what did you call it last time? It's Frith. It's
Weekly Frith.
Weekly Frith. Alright, and he left us a question asking, will Jose Mourinho be the next manager of Manchester United? Jan?
Yes.
I think yes as well. It's just obvious. Before he went back to Chelsea, he wanted to be Alex Ferguson's successor.
Yes.
So, I mean, he wants to win. His goal is to win a Champions League with an English team, and Manchester United is struggling.
Probably the best.
He's going to replace his master. The apprentice is about to replace his master, Louis van Gaal. I hope Van Gaal stays because we made a bunch of mugs, you know.
A bunch of memes about
yeah,
he hasn't played in a
Louis
year.
van Gaal's Red Army.
He hasn't even played in a year.
No. What about Cashley Cole? He didn't even play for a year.
Oh, you have hurted my cheek.
All right, but let's see what you think, though. Because I honestly think it's gonna happen.
I think that Mourinho has been sort of, licking United's ass for many years at this point. He's really wanted to go there, and you can tell. And apparently, after the loss to Midtjylland in the first leg, Ed Woodward called up Mourinho's agent, Jorge Mendes, and said, just to check, making sure Mourinho's not going to Inter. Because he was seen at an Inter game. And Mourinho denied claim. He said, I'm just going there to support my Inter. I'm not going there to be the next manager. But so really, I think that if it is going to be anywhere, it's going to be United. And, of course, the other alternative is Ryan Giggs.
But I think when Mourinho was at his last few matches with Chelsea, I think he sort of knew he was going to get sacked. And he didn't really care after that. He's like, you know what, I'm going to go to United now. I don't really care what happens now. I'm going to get sacked. He knew he was going to get sacked.
I'm not sure if he knew he was going to go to United. I agree with the going to get sacked thing.
He knew he was going to get sacked, though. And he had Manchester United in his head, in my opinion. Because
I have a conspiracy theory. The whole time at Chelsea, he was just screwing us up. So when he goes to United, he can win the league every year.
But then he's going to make Manchester United back
in 3 years.
In 3 years' time, Manchester United have fun dwelling in the relegation zone.
Yeah, but really though, I'm looking at it and I'm seeing that just the mistakes he made at Chelsea. He told the club not to put a buyback clause in Lukaku's contract. We could have had a buyback clause, get him back for the same price. Now, apparently, Michael Emenalo, that shithead at Chelsea, he wants him back. And now
so he sort of planned this all, you know.
He sold Mata to Man U for a reason. Because he was pretty much told by the board that we need to get money, so you need to choose one camp to sell.
And he sold it to Man U.
He chose
Is
Mata,
it a coincidence? I think not. Illuminati confirmed.
And Mourinho is the devil, so he worked perfectly in Man U.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I think Mourinho is I have to respect him.
I have respect for him, but
he's
at
a
the
great
same time, if he's going to Man U, so
he made a few mistakes at Chelsea.
It's okay because we have Antonio Conte. Come on, son. I honestly think at the start I didn't have much faith in Conte, but now as it keeps moving on, he's been confirmed now. So throughout the time that they said that he's going to be the manager, I've gained more trust in him. I don't know why. It's a strange thing. At the start, you said you think Gus was the man for it, but now you're falling for Conte as well. And I think also Conte is the man for me. I don't know.
Can we go back to Mourinho?
All right,
Mourinho and Giggs. I think Ryan Giggs will be a long-term manager for Man U in the future, but I think United are in a position right now where they need the results, and they need the results next year. They have to win the title next year. I think if they're going to keep the brand... I've heard Ronaldo is falling out with Real Madrid, with the hierarchy there. And I think
Mourinho used to manage him as well.
Giggs is not going to attract Ronaldo.
But
Mourinho will definitely attract his country.
And Zlatan.
Because they had a good relationship with Inter. I think that...
And Real Madrid with Ronaldo, obviously.
Real Madrid with Ronaldo. So I think that if you look at Mourinho, this is the power he has to build a title-winning squad in... He can build a title-winning squad in a week.
And the president,
I think Giggs cannot do that.
The president of Madrid came out saying, I want to sell Ronaldo and I'll let him go for 50 or 60 million. I want Bale to be the new star. That's what he came out and said, the president. I mean, really, I don't
That's a stupid decision, and we're not talking about Florentino Perez right now.
But I'm saying that ties into Mourinho.
Definitely.
Mourinho can get him for a bargain fee.
Can get Zlatan for free on a Bosman next summer because he's out of contract. Yeah. So get Zlatan for free,
and you get Ronaldo for 50.
Ronaldo for, even if you have to pay 100 for Ronaldo, I would do that because that if you.
I don't think so. I don't think the fans would be upset with that. Of course,
you bring in Ibrahimovic, you bring in Ronaldo, and you bring in a defender, and you have a title-winning squad right there. Because you've got in that midfield, you have.
They bring in Rodriguez, please, left back. Bring in the Swiss man.
Yeah, sure. Bring in. I want Chelsea. I want Chelsea to sign Rodriguez, but now I think if we show enough faith in Baba, it might happen.
But Azpilicueta,
right back, always right back. Azpilicueta is a right back, and he's the player of the season.
Who's our left back then?
Baba.
But who's our backup?
That's true. I think we do need a full back.
Then get.
But we've been linked to Kolasinac, which is a Conte signing. I think he's from Schalke. He can play CDM and left back. He's the kind of Conte signing I would assume because he's.
Diego Costa is a Conte signing, which is already perfect.
For sure.
All right, but let's talk about Hazard because he's on the back for sure. He's on the back of the answer. So we might as well talk about him. When Conte comes in,
I'm going to make a 20-minute video about him.
Okay, but
in the future.
But when
so it's a bit of a preview for that.
But when Conte comes in, I think he's not going to have it with Hazard. He's going to say, Hazard, all right, he's going to play him in preseason. He's not going to leave immediately. Okay, he's going to see how he is in preseason. If he doesn't like him, if he's not pulling his weight, Conte will get rid of him immediately.
Conte says, I don't want players that want to hop on the train. I want players that want to push the train.
Yeah.
And I think Hazard is not pushing the train. Especially not
I think many players are not actually pushing the train as well. There are many players that are not pushing the train. Hazard is the standout one, but there are many other players. Courtois now, I honestly, Courtois just, really, he just has no desire
I think we could be rated in the summer. We could get absolutely rated. And I would just sit back, smile, look at the money trickling in, and just be like, when we invest this over 5 years, and we don't go out and buy star players, we have Conte at the head, managing the transfers, because Conte likes to sign players from lower down, lesser clubs, and build them up.
Sort of like Arsene Wenger, actually.
Sort of like Arsene Wenger,
but Arsene Wenger takes so long to build them.
It's Arsene Wenger at an extreme.
Yeah.
And I think if you put Mourinho at the extreme of buying crazy world stars, you put Wenger at buys
super
only young players.
Yeah.
Conte is 50 to 60%. So he's going to lean towards, especially at Chelsea. I don't want it to happen, but he's going to lean towards bigger players. But there is going to be that if he's allowed by Chelsea, long-term investment. I would not mind getting rated this summer because next season is going to be shit anyways. If it's shittier than shit, let it be.
And then he has a chance of getting sacked.
Just have years.
If it's shit, then he has a chance of getting sacked.
I know.
Abramovich.
I know. I just hope that doesn't come true.
But the thing I like about
allowed to invest that money.
The thing that's good is that he has Serie A experience. He knows Serie A players. I want him to bring in Bonucci. Nainggolan, yes. But he can bring in some Serie A players. But the thing, we don't really have many players, Italian players, and many players that have came from Italy played for Chelsea. We don't have many of those.
We're all Spanish at this point.
Yeah, at this point. But the thing is, I don't. It's going to take a while for the Serie A players to adapt to the Premier League. Especially, that's the only thing I'm concerned with. That's why I bring him in during preseason.
Yes,
preseason is the key point to bring in Nainggolan.
You think preseason starts 4 days after the Euros? If Conte is in the final with Italy, he's going to have 4 days until we go to Austria.
He can sign them during the Euros.
I don't think he should be focusing on Chelsea while he's doing duty for his country. I don't think he should bring up Chelsea at all. He shouldn't think about Chelsea at all for the sake of Italy, for the sake of Lorenzo, who made our website. But he should not be thinking about Chelsea during the Euros.
But I think he will.
I think
this is his last tournament with Italy.
And his first.
Yeah.
His first.
Yeah.
I think he will go back to manage Italy one day. I think he's not done there. I think when he's older, he's going to go back and manage Italy.
Italy last year. They had Roberto Martinez as a manager. Did you know that?
Italy?
Yeah, they had Roberto Martinez, I swear.
They had Cesare Prandelli and then Conte.
Didn't they have... Who was Roberto managing them?
Everton.
No, I swear they had...
Since Mancini got sacked and he won the FA Cup with Wigan and then he went to Everton since 2012.
No, but I remember.
Cesare Prandelli.
I'm searching this up. I swear he was at Italy.
Cesare Prandelli. There's no time on the recording.
20.
Oh, fuck them.
He was at Italy, managing them.
He's Spanish, man.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he can't manage Italy. There we go, Italy. Alright, cut that out.
Yeah.
Shit. Alright, we'll stop.
So I think Conte is not done with Italy yet. He's gonna go back there when he's older. But let me complain about something right now. The rumor mill with Chelsea. I think
Let's get Pogba.
a lot of the discussion with Chelsea is
Pogba.
nothing.
No, I just think it's unrealistic that we think we can get Pogba.
I heard today Griezmann, and apparently on the Bleacher Report said it's a medium believability.
We can't get
We
Griezmann.
can't get Griezmann.
He's scored 10 goals in his last 10 games. Why would he want to play for a side that that's playing in the Europa
It's a
League?
step down. Not even Europa League.
Not even
5%.
Yeah.
I need to.
We have a 5% chance of playing.
I'll tell the calculations I did. I'll tell the calculations.
Okay, do it.
After my rant, because there's no Yash boss that can rant freely.
Yeah.
Bottom line, when people say Conte has been discussing this, Conte has been targeting this, he hasn't. All right, he hasn't. He's been to Stamford Bridge. He was at Stamford Bridge at the Man City game.
Yeah.
He was there. That was the first time he had gotten to think about Chelsea.
Yes.
That was the first game he saw was this weekend. Before that, he had not watched a game at Chelsea at all. This was his first game.
It's pretty embarrassing how the game he watched we got smashed.
Yeah, but it gives him a clear idea that I need to fix this. But that was his first game he watched. Any rumors dated before that, don't even consider it, because he hasn't been doing anything. Apparently, Hazard has told him that he wants to stay. I don't believe that. He wasn't even watching the City game. He was screwing around with his daughter. Something like that. It's not screwing around. It's not weird.
Wait, Hazard was screwing around with Conte's daughter?
No, with his own daughter.
You just made that sound so weird. He was screwing around with his daughter.
Cut that around. Cut that out. Cut that out.
That's gonna be the intro to the video. He was screwing around with his daughter. That's the intro. We have the intro. We didn't do a proper intro. We've got the intro now.
I think Hazard was buying his daughter ice cream during the match.
During the match.
During the match.
So instead of listening to Gus during halftime, alright, let me just get you an ice cream, you know?
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't in the match. He was buying. You know how they have concession stands at the stadium? He was at a stand in the stadium buying ice cream during the match. Not even halftime, during the playing of the match.
Well, he wasn't playing.
He was in the stadium and he went to buy ice cream. So it's ridiculous. What he doesn't even care to watch the match. I don't want him at Chelsea. I don't think Conte will.
Well, I think why would you want to watch when we're getting beat though? I mean, we were getting battered.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people left the stadium, and the guy next to me was like, "Disgraceful, disgraceful, disgraceful."
He said that.
He was pointing at them and yelling, "Disgraceful."
And what did you say?
I was just laughing because this guy's got a good opinion.
Yeah, but that's what we all think.
No, but getting down to it, I think when Hazard realizes that people around him aren't going to work for him like last season, he's going to want to leave. He's want to go to Real Madrid where he can be in the presence of world stars, have Champions League football, replace Cristiano Ronaldo, get the number 7 on his back, and become the world player of the year.
He's good. If he goes to Barca, it's going to be MSH. Yes.
But he has the talent to do well at Real Madrid. Not replace Ronaldo, of course. He's not on that level for sure. He's not nearly as good as Ronaldo, but he has the level to
he has the potential.
Play for Real Madrid, definitely. And I think he's an amazing player. He's the best player on the ball to play for Chelsea since Zola.
Yeah.
But he's got to go.
I don't think he's got to go. I think it's just that Conte whips him into shape. Conte has to whip him into shape. Conte is going to be like, you should go up to him and ask him, are you dedicated to this team? Do you want to play for this team? And if he says no, then he says no, and then he goes. It's just a simple. He has to ask Hazard, do you have the? I'm going to try to help you. Do you have dedication for this team?
Well, you're going to lay your life down for this team.
Do you want? I'm paying you money to play for this team. Are you going to play? And if he says no, then he says no. Then he leaves. That's the fine line. It's Hazard's decision, in my opinion. Now.
Yeah, I think Conte will have a word with him, but I think if we can raise funds for our signings of Bonucci and Nainggolan, I would go for it. And Cuadrado could come back. He can do an okay job. I'm not expecting a world title-winning squad in the season. And when you hear rumors like Pogba and Griezmann, consider two things. I'm going to do a podcast on this eventually.
Consider our place in
critical thinking. Critical thinking. First of all,
I mean, Pogba has a better chance of playing for Leicester than he does for us.
Who wants to play for a club with no Champions League? No one. Now consider, in the past 2 years, Chelsea's net spend has not been over 30 net spend. How much they spend? How much they spend minus how much they earn. They have not spent, ever since FFP kicked in, their net spend has been less than £20 million. Do you know why? That's because that's the amount of money we have legally within FFP. We have to sell players together. Why did we sell David Luiz? Why did we sell Mata? Not because Mourinho didn't like him. That's a stupid reason. Mourinho likes to have 2 players in every single position, but he sold one of his best cams. Does not make sense. It's because net spend and
he needs the money.
The need for money, exactly. Why did we sell Lukaku? One of the best young strikers in football.
Because we need money. Why did we sell De Bruyne?
Lukaku, De Bruyne, Mata. Why do we loan players in and then buy them and loan them out? To make money. Yeah. Because we're not as rich under the rules of FFP, which I like. I don't want
but I mean, it's
us to be run by Abramovich's pocket, because one day a bus is going to fall on his head. And when that happens, we have to be ready for it.
It will park on us.
Yeah, it will park on you get run over by a bus. You get run over by a bus, and we need to be financially stable when he is gone. We're not going to make big signings. We're going to build towards financial stability, which we are going to get to. Forget Griezmann, forget Pogba. Conte, I hope Chelsea are thinking this. Conte is the kind of guy who likes to sign lesser players for cheaper prices. I hope that was in mind when he was appointed as manager, and don't believe any rumors of any transfer over £40 million. That's my baseline. Tonight. But the best moment in Chelsea's season is tonight.
But
because Arsenal have their record lowest attendance since they moved to the Emirates.
Check out the meme on our Facebook page.
Now let me rub in something to you, Arsenal fans, very politely. We are 10th. We have nothing to fight for, and we fill our stadium every. Yeah, I went on ChelseaFC.com, and I checked every single home game, and the capacity was full or within 500 people of being full for every game except for the PSG game, which is the home PSG game, which is because some fans left the stadium at halftime.
But even the PSG game had more Arsenal fans than it does.
What?
The PSG game had more Arsenal fans than were attended. Like the amount that because their attendance is now down, right?
Yeah.
The PSG game was still higher than that attendance they have now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. The stadium is bigger than ours. And Arsenal, while I'm not criticizing you guys at all. I think
we just did.
I'm not. You did.
Well, I mean, it had to be.
For me, the time to enact rivalries and enact frustrations between our two clubs is at derby days.
Yeah.
It's not now. It's not a good time to be throwing out insults, but I'm gonna break my own rule one time, and I'm just gonna say, we're in 10th place. We fill our stadium. You're in 4th place. You can't fill your stadium. You cannot call us plastic fans. Because if I was in England, I would go to Chelsea if they were in the Championship.
Yeah.
I was born into support of this club. My dad went to university in London and he supported Chelsea since then.
I was also born.
Yeah. Your grandfather is
from
London. So it's the point that you cannot just say the majority of Chelsea fans are plastic without knowing the story, without knowing this. So I'm just putting that.
Can I also say, Arsenal fans, it's time to stop making excuses for finishing 4th every season. The problem is Wenger, okay? No matter how much you don't want to admit it, it's Wenger. He's the problem. That's why you finish 4th every season. It's because he doesn't sign players. Like I said, no more excuses, okay? I'm sick of the excuses. Every season there's a new excuse. Well, this time there's no more excuses. Your attendance is low now. You're 4th place. This is the lowest point I'd probably say in your history now. Goodbye. Honestly, sign a player or Wenger is out. Just get rid of him if he's not going to sign anyway. All right, so let's just transfer. Let's move on now. After that critique of Arsenal,
right.
This is the most important game of our life. It's also for back of the net. Okay, it's for our dignity. We need Chelsea to beat Bournemouth.
Yes!
Come on.
Come
we
on.
have the better back of the net. Okay?
We have the best back of the net. AFC Bournemouth podcast, we know about you.
We know about
We
the
haven't
AFC
contacted you yet, but we will contact you after this thing.
If we lose to the AFC Bournemouth back of the net podcast, we will stop this podcast. No, we will stop the back of the net for forever.
To the end of the season.
No, I'm joking. We won't stop it either way.
Okay.
But we can't lose.
Are we gonna
this
bet
is our dignity on the lines.
Yes.
We need to beat the AFC Bournemouth back in the net. They have a manual to their back of the net, which is actually pretty interesting. I want to read it.
Yes. No, but I've said it. If we need to get to the Europa League, we need 10 points in our next 4 games, which is ridiculous. We need to win all our games and draw 1, which when we have Tottenham and Liverpool to play. So
and Leicester.
And Leicester the final day before that. This is our next 4 because we have 5. So before to stand a chance on the final day against the league leaders, we have to get 4 points from 10 games. So really, it's almost impossible. And Bournemouth is the easiest game.
Yeah.
That is, and it's not even that easy. It's a away game at Bournemouth. It's not easy. They beat us at Stamford Bridge this season. So if the players cannot win this game,
we won't get Europa League.
Drop the whole team and bring up the squad that just won the Youth League and play that squad.
The UEFA Youth
and play that squad for the last 3 games.
Either
that or give 3 points to both Leicester and Tottenham to make it more interesting. Because we're useless if we can't beat Bournemouth this season. We're absolutely useless.
I mean, I got to give credit to Bournemouth. They've been incredible this season. So also Watford as well.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about the big game this season, which is Newcastle against City. Let's talk about that. That ended up 1-1. Newcastle
are starting their season.
I said that Newcastle will get relegated, but now I'm starting to think they may not because now they're starting
game of their season.
Now they're starting to build up form.
They won it.
Right now, I still think they're going to get relegated, but they can prove me wrong. I really hope Norwich don't get relegated. I want them to stay up. I want Norwich to stay up, and
Norwich
they're playing Watford. Not this week. They're not playing this weekend. I think it got postponed.
Yeah.
But they're playing. Their next game is Watford because Watford have an FA Cup match. So they're going to be playing against Watford. I'm not sure what day it is because it was postponed. But that's their next match, and that is crucial because after that, I believe they have Arsenal. They've got some tough teams after that. They need to at least get a point from.
If they go to the Emirates, that'll be easy.
Oh yeah, because there's nobody there.
Yeah.
There's nobody there. There's no 12th man. It's only 11.
So and then
you know what? The Norwich fans can just fill up the stadium.
Oh, at least the away end will be rocking.
Yeah.
They'll outnumber the home end. They'll at least out-noise it.
Yeah.
But basically, Newcastle are hanging by a thread, and their next game is against Liverpool. Rafa Benitez returns to Anfield.
I don't want Newcastle to win. I want Norwich to stay up.
But I want Benitez. But I want Norwich. I want Norwich.
You're gonna upset Lewis.
Lewis. I want Norwich to stay up, but Benitez.
I want Norwich to stay up. I don't care about Benitez. He's gonna leave either way.
It's so tough.
Norwich, please stay up. Please.
I have no horse in this race. I'm sorry.
I want Norwich to stay up. Okay. I don't care about Newcastle.
I just don't want Sunderland. Get out. Sunderland, just get out.
But Norwich should have beaten them last weekend. What happened? 3-0. It's just without Tim Klose, it just fell apart.
Yeah, and let's talk about another 2 games that happened this week. Tottenham Stoke. I think
we did that in the last.
We did.
Yeah.
Tottenham Stoke. They're the best team in the league.
And Liverpool, Everton, 4-0.
Bang! I think
Merseyside derby was decided.
They hit Everton for 4. Now they're in for top 4. I think Liverpool are genuinely in for top 4.
But I think the Europa League will get them the Champions League.
I think they'll focus on the Europa League. That's a safer bet. But they are just absolutely unbelievable how well they're playing. Let me say something about John Stones. John Stones is the worst centre back in the Premier League.
Okay, Everton go up front. They're a top 4. They're a top 4 side. In their defense is a bottom 6 side. That's just how I think of it because their defense has been terrible this season.
And before the FA Cup match, I like Everton. Like I have nothing against them. Like there's Everton. I get it. It's a good. I like the club. I genuinely just like the feel of the club. I like the feel of the place. I'm a bit bitter about the FA Cup.
Yes.
So until the end of the season, I'm holding. I don't want to do it. But genuinely, the club is an okay thing. It's like I don't dislike Everton at all.
We dislike Arsenal, however. I dislike Arsenal. And Arsenal dislikes
me to a
us.
less extent.
That's why I appreciate Tottenham fans. Because they just... I have respect for Tottenham.
Yeah.
just because they take so much stick from Arsenal fans all the time. I watched that video. I watched that video when they said Tottenham was building a new stadium. There was Emirates will be better. There was the typical Arsenal Tottenham stuff. I'm just like, and then I read the comments, and there's this one guy. He's just like, I'm not even an Arsenal fan, but I think they're acting like they get. And I was just like, yes, son, finally. But I mean, I have respect for Tottenham. For Arsenal, I just hate when they just say that we're so good and all this. We're better than Chelsea, and when they say that Chelsea is our main rivals. Tottenham is not our rivals.
I think
Chelsea is more of our rivals than Tottenham. I said.
Only people here think together. Only people here.
No.
No one else.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, here that's what somebody said to me. I said, no. How is Chelsea more of a rival than Tottenham? That does not make sense.
But I think for us, Arsenal are our biggest rivals.
Yes, but for them, Tottenham are their biggest rivals.
QPR and Fulham are.
But you have to agree, for them, Tottenham are their biggest rivals. You can't say that Chelsea for them.
That's all part of the discussion with Everton. So I think I like Everton. I have a soft spot for Everton. I do. They're a good club. They're a great team. But their attack is brilliant. I love Deulofeu.
Their defense is
I love Deulofeu so much. He's a fantastic player. Like the corners, I've been inspired by Deulofeu's corners. I try to do those corners now. They're brilliant. But the problem is, John Stones is the worst center back in the Premier League.
And Chelsea were going to buy him last year. He was actually doing well. Now he's just going.
He wasn't. He was. I think.
He was doing fine. He looked like a good young
I think it was just
English player.
I think it was just a lack of people to understand what a center back should be.
Yeah.
The English we need a modern, progressive, ball-playing center back like the Spanish and the Italians do. But if he can't tackle, his passes go to Liverpool. He gave Liverpool a free goal with a silly pass.
Yeah.
He just quick into his own box and loses the ball. He cannot tackle. John Stones. If you want to be a good defender, you need to just stop being fancy. You need to go to the gym and you need to learn how to tackle and header the ball. Because if you can't do those things, you can't be a center back. You can't be a center back if you can't do those two things. Be a right back. I think John Stones would be a great right back, but he get the pace.
But he still has to head the ball as a right back.
Yeah, so you got to go to the gym and you got to learn how to tackle. Because those two things, you got to be if you want to be a center back.
But there's a big game this weekend. I believe Newcastle's playing as well. I think they're playing. Oh, we talked about shit. But there's one more game we'd like to talk about. I'm just gonna pull it up here.
Man U Everton?
No, I'll cut it out.
Man U Everton?
No, something else.
Really?
Man City Stoke.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm super hyped for that game.
Oh, I can. Alright, so this is the last game we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna make a prediction for. It is a big match. It's Man City against Stoke.
Yep.
I don't know how Man City are going to take this, considering
that
I think they're more focused on the Champions League now, considering it's going to be on Wednesday this week. Next week it's going to be on Wednesday, and this weekend I think they're more focused on that. Do you think they're going to rest a few guys? Yeah, I think they're going to rest.
I'm so hyped for this game because I'm going to be watching at Ackerman's house with Man U and Liverpool fans. Everyone there'll be a Man U Liverpool fan except for me. They all want Man City to lose. I
want Stoke to win.
Okay, now my calculations.
We need Stoke to lose.
I've calculated every single result that Chelsea needs in order to qualify for the Europa League, and so far it's gone perfectly. Everton have lost the derby, so they can't take our place, which is perfect. Liverpool need to do well so that they can win the Europa League and vacate another spot. Liverpool are doing fine. The Tottenham game Stoke lost that was perfect. Stoke need to lose this weekend, and then the rest of their games are easy. They need to draw one game and they can win the rest. It won't matter. But we need to lose today. They need to lose this weekend. It's gonna hurt for me to cheer for City. I'm gonna be the only one there cheering for City.
It's gonna hurt for me not to cheer for Stoke. Shaqiri.
Yeah, but we've got to cheer for City. It's gonna hurt me.
But Shaqiri pops up in the big games. I see him popping up in this one. I think he's gonna be the main problem.
Which worries me. So, I mean, it's gonna hurt me to cheer City, but I have to do it. And City, their fans are quite nice. You gotta be honest. Like you look at Blue Moon Rising TV.
Yeah.
I've seen their videos. They're a nice bunch. So
but whose fans aren't nice? I think we all know.
Okay. We just enter the thumbs up and that's the end of the video.
Alright guys. Check out the TR store, check out the website, check out the Facebook page.
Check out the podcast, check out my
in the description.
Check out my podcast.
Yeah, you can check it out if you want, but he brings minors on, so if you're into that, I'm fine. I'm not really.
I have one guest which is younger than me, and you start freaking out.
He has two guests actually. He brings minors. Okay.
Nikki, you know we're minors, right?
God damn it, Gyan. The fuck are you talking about? Look at Josh Ball. You think Josh Ball's a minor? Josh Ball is 21.